Hello everybody and welcome back to Critical Rocket with a new mech. We've got the Assassin, the 40-ton Innisphere medium. It was specifically developed as a light hunter. Now the build I have here is pretty much the stock one, although I increased the armour by adding ferro and endo steel chassis. Nothing else has been changed, haven't messed with ammunition or weapon placement or anything like that. It's virtually stock. I don't even think I changed the engine in it. It's maxed out armour, as close as I could get. I think there's some on the legs missing. And maxed out arms, side torso, CT, head, and all the rest of it there. And yeah, so the Assassin, brand new. And there's two ways that I look at this. On the one hand, yay, the Assassin. It's great to have one of the original mechs in the game. I always liked it visually, looked cool. It's definitely just, it's a cool name for a mech. It's just, yeah, it's nostalgia. That's it. It just tickles that little nostalgia muscle in your brain. Then there's the downsides. Okay. Using the stock loadout as I do, this mech would be an incredible stress to get any decent scores with. An LRM-5, a medium laser, and an SRM-2. It's very, very bare bones. It's literally the basics of everything you could get. The lowest, I mean, short of having a small laser instead, it's almost as low as you could go with Innisphere tech. Now, this mech unfortunately highlights PGI's over-reliance on hardpoint inflation. Looking at the website, you'll be able to see that the ASN-21, which I'm piloting here, has 4 missile hardpoints and 2 energy points. Because even PGI looked at it and went, in our system, how do we make this viable to people? And I'm going to say now, it's not viable to anybody. Sadly, it's not. A MechWarrior Online player who isn't as familiar with the lore or the background of this mech just really isn't going to be enticed by this at all. They're not going to drop real cash, that's for certain, unless they're like a really hardcore fan of this mech back in the day. As such, it's pretty much, you can't recommend it. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have any appeal compared to its contemporaries in the 40-ton category, a category that's already kind of tough to get people to play anyway. You've only really got the Cicada, and that's a well-entrenched mech for its weight class. Sadly, the Assassin just doesn't compete. It's got decent speed, which can be increased. You know, adding an XL engine will obviously lighten your load a bit. You can increase your speed that way, and you can probably whack on some extra ammunition and armour. But it's just not going to be up there. The other versions of the mech, the ASN-23 and the 101, have more sort of varied hardpoints, being able to have like 3 energy and 3 missile, or a kind of mix of a few missile and a few energy, but it doesn't really go any further. If you want really different builds, you have to go for the non-cannon 26 and 27, which are the reinforcement packs, so you've got to pony up more cash. One of them has ECM, another one's got ballistics, and the hero version comes with ballistics and a few other bits and pieces. But really, honestly, PGI have had to force themselves to go into a really big set of alterations to even try and make this marginally appealing right out of the box. Now, I'm sure plenty of people will get a decent loadout from this mech for 40 tons, because 4 missile hardpoints isn't bad. A bunch of Streak 2s, it can be a half-decent light hunter in that respect, with a couple of pulse lasers. It can just be a splat mech, bunch of SRM2s and a couple of medium lasers or small pulses, however you want to run it. I'm sure it can be fixed like that. But sadly, that's PGI's fix. Oh, if it's going to underperform, give it a load of hardpoints. It's what they did with the Banshee. And a few other mechs, just give it more fucking hardpoints, because that's the only way people are going to play it, because they realise the weakness in their own systems. And unfortunately, that's what they've had to do. They can't make the Assassin viable any other way. So as a recommendation, not, as I said, it's in 2 parts. If you're a fan of Battletech and you love the original Assassin in the lore and the history of the universe, yeah, it's fine, but you were probably already, you know, aware of what you were going to do purchase-wise anyway, whether you're going to wait for C-bills or not. However, if you really want to get this for your collection, I'd just wait for the C-bills to drop. Honestly, save your cash. Buy one of the other packs, because you got the Roughneck coming next month, and probably the Javelin will outperform this. It's a real shame. It is a real shame. The only upsides of the current builds, as I can see, is that at least the missile hardpoints are relatively high up. None of them are in the arms. They're all side torsos. The energy are all in the right arm, so you have to be aware if you lose your arm, you're going to lose your only sort of non-ammo based weaponry. So you have to keep in mind your right arm is going to be important in that respect. It's got a decent number of jump jets, so it can get a good height, and as I said, the speed is pretty decent out of the box, 113 kph for the standard 280 that it's running. Of course, that can go a hell of a lot quicker with a much bigger XL engine, and this mech can use XLs. I mean, I didn't even stick double heat sinks in this, because it's not needed. The weapon loadout is so low heat. On the point of this match, holy shit, I got carried. Big time. Everyone you see on my team on there did a sterling job at winning this, because fuck me, I was down to a medium laser and LRM5 very early on. I lost the side torso and lost the SRM2, and I was just extremely lucky that nobody seemed to focus fire me the entire time. So yeah, kudos to you guys. The only name I remember off the top of my head in this match was H. Selden on my team, so fucking good job, but everyone, yeah, did a really good job there. But yeah, I mean, I think I did like 120 odd damage, because I was just pretty much just using a medium laser, occasionally firing the LRM5. HPG is a tough missile map sometimes. So yeah, I was very lucky to get this footage when I did. I did another round where it was more action-packed, but I did 58 damage, because it was the same mech, and it's just so low-powered. It's got comparable firepower to some lights. That's how bad it is. I know the Cicada comparably has similar things, but some of its variants are a bit more aggressive with the number of hardpoints. The number of weapons it comes equipped with. But to give you an idea, the Assassin 23, stock, medium pulse laser and LRM5. And I think the only one that might be viable is the ASM 101, which has multiple small lasers alongside a couple of missiles. So that's it. It's going to be interesting for me to pilot. I'm going to enjoy the challenge, but as far as a consumer standpoint goes, yeah, it's not going to change anything about the way you play MechWarrior Online. It's definitely, when I did the few drops for this when it came out, there were not many people playing. I was the only assassin in this match on both teams, and the other matches that I played, I was the only one again on my team, and I saw one other assassin, which I don't know whether that's just based on people patching or not. I don't know how often we're going to be seeing them, but yeah. It's a bit of a dud, unfortunately, as far as gameplay is concerned. I still like it, I'll still play it, but yeah. That's my view on it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good week. Let us know what you think of the Assassin. Am I right, am I wrong? Yeah, have fun. Critical Rocket, jacking out.